Welcome to Truther Raps. So, I truly would prefer not to have too many videos on the channel be audio based because I find that when videos are audio based, I tend to fall into the trap of being even lazier about the video portion of it, or at least just not doing little enough about the video portion of it. In a sense, you could say I'm actually doing a decent amount because generally in those videos where it was audio based on, for example, my other YouTube channel, Mixed Metaphors, Mattaphors, most of the ones that were audio based, aside from some of them that maybe just like had a black screen behind the audio or whatever, most of those were actually given gameplay footage, and even some had down tuned gameplay audio for part of the gameplay footage as the video part of it. And that was actually, you may believe it or not, but I think that was actually a decent amount of input in terms of me actually creating that gameplay footage. And, in many cases, it's clipped together from various clips, and most of those clips, if not all of them, I was following sort of an intuitive thing to start recording when I did, stop recording when I did, put them together in a certain way, put them together so that they have a little like comic book slide screen from the Share Factory application on the PlayStation 4, or not, and mixing different games together, having a lot of footage from one game. One thing that I don't see in a lot of video game footage on YouTube that I did have in a lot of mine, and I liked to have it there, was actually having footage where it was in some cases, long stretches of gameplay unbroken. So you actually got the sense of like the what was going on in the game as opposed to clipping clips together, and so it's actually just like a series of gameplay sequences. So you don't get to sink down as much into the experience of a given gameplay experience or gameplay sequence when you're watching it. I think particularly in the Grand Theft Auto one, which I have on, I think, LGOE period in a video as like the really full clip of it all put together in the correct sequence as opposed to the constitutionally incapable titled video on Mixed Metaphors on YouTube, and LGOE period is on Rumble, LGOE, and then with no space, the word period, PERIOD. That's the name of the channel on Rumble there. I also have Matt Shtick on Rumble, SHTICK, that has other videos on it. But there's the Grand Theft Auto video where I just had, I saved the recordings, or I had a recording or whatever. This was years ago, and I ended up flying off of a cliff in a car. And you can actually see me make a first attempt to fly off the cliff at that, that opening spot, and then end up screwing it up, and or at least screwing, at least not making it through to make that jump, and then going around a nearby block again to actually make the jump. And when I actually make the jump, I flew down into an area that I didn't know was going to be there, which was the start of a quote unquote mission or a cutscene or whatever it was with the character's therapist. So the car literally slams down in front of the character's therapist's house, and the character automatically gets out of the car because by landing there, I had initiated the cutscene basically automatically in terms of like any of my intention to do it. I didn't even know that it was there to do with. So like I didn't know I was jumping off and then gonna land anywhere near the lawyer's house. I don't even know if you had asked me. I don't even know if I would have been able to tell you that the lawyer's house was on the fucking map of the game, or the lawyer's office or whatever. I don't know if I would have been able to tell you like, yeah, the lawyer is actually physically situated in the game. Maybe the lawyer was just a character that was like sort of a disembodied voice essentially, and they didn't have a place in the game where he was supposed to be working out of or even living there. But in any case, I landed in front of his house, automatically triggering the cutscene that was there if you like stepped into it, and or landed on it perhaps. And then the cutscene goes, and it says some interesting things that relate pretty well to the video footage prior to the cutscene starting, in terms of like, hey Doc, like I'm getting really unhinged these days. I'm going out of control. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. In the game, the character is saying that to his therapist. and then they have a little conversation and discussion and whatever, and then the character gets out and he's just standing there as the cars go by on the highway in front of the house. Anyway, this is an audio recording, but I think I'm gonna be doing more interesting stuff, or at least more functional and presentable stuff in this channel, video wise, than I've done in prior videos elsewhere. And I also have videos on mattthoughts.com, etc. I think I might even have videos maybe on mattthoughts2.com, but I don't know if I do. And then mattthoughts3.wordpress.com. It's very short, it only has like maybe fewer than 10 posts on it, I don't know. And then I also have a blog called Cell17B. I think and I have the old Abstract Chance website. If you go to the Wayback Machine website or whatever it is on Google, even, or whatever, just searching the Wayback Machine, and then find the search for www.abstractchance.com, abstractchance.com, then you get to you can click on like the most recent result for that website. The website went down because I was sent to jail for writing emails to somebody, and then I didn't keep paying the payments for the website to stay up, like for it to be hosted or whatever. But that website has a lot of my writings in it as well. So anyway, this is going to be me just like, Matt, who are you to talk about rap? Matt, you said you make rap albums, whatever. Like, what are you talking about making rap albums or talking about rap? And it's like, okay, here's going to be a demonstration. I've done demonstrations before, but I could just put the actual song on here, but the song has the beat from the song Paper Planes by MIA, so I don't think I'm like legally allowed to post it, but it's like me doing mixtapey rapping on a beat by MIA called Paper Planes, and the song is Paper Planes. Yo, yo. Oh, but I'm actually going to rap it here this time. Yo, 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 here it is, yo, yo. Greatness and rock, yo. Here it is, yo, yo. Oh, irrational, but so appealing, so endearing. Packing off my bags and flowing free into the open clearing, hoping things will be the way they will be. And by the way, I'm nearing sea, so I can throw it all away and hear the whistling, washing, and I'm disappearing. Watching me on mirrored TV screens, I'm screaming, dreaming of the day where I can meet my friends and neighbors with the blushing blade and veins so rushing with the chambers, emptying their contents, my heart trusting in the stranger to the manger. I pray to one Savior, the one who solds the scythe, and he's waiting at the station or on the right when wading through a mountain pass and making the choice to stay above rocks below. But I'm already laying, twisted and complaining, mangled every which way, and then on a precipice I'm saying every dreaming has a prejudice, when once I could be laying with and making it with matrons. Now the time's a lay and wake and climax in my masturbation. So the point is made, but my mornings find me sipping coffee, rushing sober through the day, and yet I'm high as hell on something low as heaven, rushing to the quarters of my second lunching, feasting on forgetfulness and resting tepid, till the sun thinks enough is enough and falls, and I fall too, fall too, fall too, fall too, yo, I wake the next day, and I'm all set and screwed, placed on the next claim into my balls and let them loose on evading any better ways to make tomorrow's use improve today's, but it's no use, I'm late and it's no use, I ran around all day and every day, rabbits chasing gooses, stagnation, all doomed and stay alone like fishes packing flat into a can, but plastic wrapped and trapped rather, and suffocating far away. In our little seats, we'll only each be on our ladder, always reaching for a higher rung to climb to a better day. It's probably better anyway. Just accept it. Just accept it. They don't have to say it, yo. They don't have to say it, but I know it. Something's wrong with it. But I try not to show it. Sometimes in my car, I want to drive into the poets and own the next driver when he owns me. All I want to do is, that's actually the part from the song. Stranger, here I am, standing in the sand. Waves crash and roll and return in the sand. Just tumbles, falling from my plants, or rather from my pants. Hands rise out of my pockets. All I want to do is, I wipe my brows, walk away silently now, back to the beach house to see what's for lunch. The hunch, the sum's really nothing but one, yo, sitting in silence, strapped and buckled here, flying through the empty skies, night with all, dead fluorescence overhead, pitching dark, but rows ahead, behind doors, the lavatory glows red, the only light I know and the only person on the flight, the captain's dead, the captain's gone, no one's here and I don't care, walking up and down the aisles rather, breathing in December air, breathing back prayers, thanking God for the sandwiches, plastic wrapped arranged upon the metal carts and plastic trays full, I set to walking past the empty rows, pack of cigarettes in silence, in my ticket. I lit my ticket as a cigarette, path of lights, the captain's door waits ajar, the captain's forward gauges and the knobs beyond illuminated by the stars and the skies. It opens like fields before me, and the moon's ahead, offering the glowing in the cabin. Wish he had only glass between us, sighing on the throne, checking dials, writing figures, humming out little songs, humming out. Little songs flying towards the coming dawn, yo, but nobody's perfect.